If you know anything about having kids, then you probably know this. They are expensive. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for coming back. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you being here. And if you're new, welcome. Today we're going to do something slightly different. It's still going to be reseller related, but with a little twist. So hear me out. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Veronica. I'm a part-time reseller. I am a full-time educator and I'm also a mom of a small child. He's 4.5. And let me tell you, over the years, we have accumulated a lot of stuff for him. You know, like any mom, any expectant mom, when I first found out that we're pregnant and I started to look into different items that we would absolutely need, and clothing and diapers and all the odds and ends that you need when you have a child, I quickly realized this is going to get really expensive. And I think in many ways, this is kind of where my thrifting journey truly started. I by no means was a stranger to buying pre-owned, but having a child and seeing that kids' clothing basically costs as much as clothing for adults, except they grow out of everything after 2 weeks, really, that did a number on me. And I decided we're gonna have this kid, but we're gonna be very frugal about having him. And let me tell you, we still spend a lot of money on this kid. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you a little bit of the items that we accumulated over the years and that I actually managed to list and sell, plus some stuff that I'm still trying to sell. So today we are going to take a look at our storage unit, which is full of my child's items. There's about 10%, maybe 5. Let's say 5% of stuff in there that is not related to my kid. The rest is all of his old clothes, old toys, odds and ends, you name it, everything is in there. And it's a small storage unit. We did give stuff away over the years, but at some point I knew it was time to tackle this storage unit and to clean it out and to start selling and giving away and donating whatever is in there. You may be asking, why did you keep a storage unit full of kids stuff for 4.5 years? Well, at some point we were hoping to have a second baby, and because kids are so expensive, I figured, well, we're just gonna keep everything and reuse it. Yeah, so for various reasons that's not happening. And also at some point you want to think about, you pay for a storage unit each month. Are you really saving money by keeping all that stuff? Probably not. I do not want to do the math on how much money I spent on that storage unit. Again, there's some stuff in there that's not kid related. But yeah, it's pretty much all of his stuff. And spoiler alert, at the end of this video, at the time when I'm recording this video, there's still stuff in the storage unit. There are certain items I haven't yet listed. I just haven't gotten around to it. Some things need batteries. I need to test if they work. But I definitely made a dent in it. I actually started filming this video about 2 months ago in January, when I first went in there to just go through, take stock, take out whatever I wanted to donate and give away, and then took out items that I felt like I could photograph and sell online and also locally via Facebook Marketplace. So we're gonna look at the items that I pulled out, a little bit at what I donated and gave away, and then we're gonna see which ones of these items I've sold already and what I still have sitting around and what I haven't even listed yet. So this is a good way of, you know, holding myself accountable and getting the rest of the stuff listed. Now, before we get started though, I do have to give a shout out to my pre-owned item that I'm wearing. If you're new here, I always try to wear a pre-owned item in all of my videos, either something I thrifted myself or something I bought from somebody on Poshmark, or that came into my possession pre-owned some other way. Now, today I'm wearing something that I bought from a fellow reseller and also fellow mama, even though her kids are all grown, and so she's probably not dealing with the same stuff I'm dealing with my 4-year-old right now. Anyway, so this Victoria's Secret pink hooded zip-up sweatshirt I bought from the fantastic Lori from Lori's Boston Found. I'm sure you all know who she is. She doesn't need introductions, but I will post her information here anyway. I bought this as part of a bundle when she did her sale where she was going through her inventory and redoing her inventory system, and I felt like, let's support Lori in that and also snag a good deal on a few items. So this was one of the items I bought. It's super cozy, it's super warm. It's almost a little too warm while I'm sitting here recording, but it's very comfortable and I love it. And Lori, thank you so much for giving me a great deal on this. Let's get started. We're gonna go back to about 2 months ago. Like I said, I do have a little bit of footage of me cleaning out the storage unit. I do have some footage of me going through baby clothes too. I don't know how interesting that is and how great the footage is, but I'll add a little bit of that in here as well. And then we'll come back and we're gonna talk about what I actually sold so far, how much money I've made so far, and what I still need to sell. Okay, you guys, I hope my car isn't too loud. I have the heat going because it's cold in Virginia this morning. But I'm here at my storage unit and we're gonna go in and I'm gonna show you the damage. It's a 5x5 unit and we'll get in there, and so the plan is to kind of divide and conquer. I have a friend coming over to help me out a little bit too. I did make a post in my local mom groups on Facebook and just let people know that I will be doing this, and if they're interested or if they're looking for anything in particular, just let me know and I'll see if I have it. So I'll be making a box with those items. I'll make a box with items that are just not sellable and that I just don't want to deal with and that I will donate. And then I will make a box with items that I will try to sell locally first. And then if they don't sell, I will try to list them and get them out of the storage unit. Okay, I'll take you along and I'll show you a little bit of the stuff I have in there, but I really want to focus on clearing it out. So we'll see how much footage I can actually get. Let's get in there. Let's see how bad it is. All right, you guys, so here we are. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in there. That bike is actually supposed to be for my child. We just have to fix the tires on it. So we got that from the front of our dumpster at our old place. So we didn't dumpster dive, but occasionally people would leave stuff out there and we would just, you know, grab it. Anyway, so I have boxes over here. There's one over there for donations, one for things to sell and list, and then one that has stuff in it that people on Facebook already expressed interest in. And then I have a little bit of space over here to rummage around and pull these things out. So wish me luck. This is the problem when you have lots of kids' toys. They all like randomly go off and start playing music. Of course now it stops. So let's see. There we go. Fun, huh? It's a little bit creepy.
2 hours later.
Okay, so this is how it's going. So everything over here will be donated. There's some trash over there. Pretty much everything you see here I will attempt to sell. And also this stuff. And then also that entire pile back there are items that people on Facebook already expressed interest in, so I'm hoping to at least move all of this stuff out today or within the next day or two. Also, check this out. I know you can't really see it, but it's a crib mobile, I think is how you say it, that I made for our son. I'm doing a horrible job showing this, but it is Doctor Who themed. I forgot I made this. These things do talk and make noise, but 2 of them are not working anymore. The TARDIS is not working anymore, but I'm totally keeping this just for sentimental value. Okay, so my battery's dying, but just to give you the final view of this. So this is what the unit looks like now. I have a ton of baby clothes in my car, so we did not get rid of everything. I have a whole bunch of boots down here and other shoes that I'm going to donate. And then this big bag over there has other boots that I think I'm just going to list.
5 hours later.
So this is what we're working with. This is not my usual photo space, but I brought down these poster boards from the Dollar Tree to use for my photograph. This is my setup. It's not the best lighting, but I also don't want to carry all of these bags upstairs to my regular photo space, right? Because once I take photos, these will all go back in the storage unit until they sell. So let's get started. Progress report. I'm tired of taking pictures and making a box for ThreadUp. That's gonna be interesting. Can we talk about how toddler jeans are called workwear straight? Where does a 2-year-old have to go to work is what I want to know. Editing Veronica here. So this is all the stuff we're sending to ThredUp. This is all the stuff I still have to take pictures of. And in a second, you're gonna see the first load of donations. Spoiler alert, I donated much more than this. There you can see it. Donate. I think I donated 2 or 3 bags like that. And here's my very first attempt at filming some B-roll. It's not the greatest, but bear with me. So basically you can see me here just digging through everything. I did have everything pre-sorted by size, so all I'm doing is just to double check and trying to decide what do I want to lot up, what do I want to donate, what do I want to send to ThredUp. So it's a rather lengthy process. This took me, I want to say, several hours. I was watching some YouTube on the side, just, you know, kind of connecting with some other resellers. Not really connecting, but at least keeping myself entertained. Also kind of going down memory lane, pointing out a few either ridiculous items or really cute items, and trying to stay organized while also trying to film. I love that bodysuit. Also just noticing ridiculous things I think that I'm going to show later that you can see on some kids' clothing. This was super cute. I don't even think my child ever wore that. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, this was definitely an emotional process, I'm not gonna lie. That I really love that bodysuit. I have the cutest pictures of my child wearing that bodysuit. I don't show my kiddo on YouTube, otherwise I would show you to prove that he's absolutely adorable. But in any case, just take my word for it. Also, at some point here, I don't know when it's coming up, I'll be musing and showing off bodysuits and like pajamas and such that I personally did not care for. Any like one piece that has 5,000 buttons, yeah, like that one. Super annoying. Yep, you can see it in my face. I don't remember how to button these up anymore. It's more complicated than what it needs to be. So once I realized that as a first-time mom, I purchased things with zippers because the buttons were just super annoying, and that all took forever. And you can see me look up at the TV here, following along with some YouTubers and what they're hauling, all of which was way more interesting than me buttoning up these little bodysuits and one pieces. Side note, as I was listing all of these items, I realized I could not remember what all these items were called. There we go, we get some zippers. So I really had to do some research to remind myself what the actual keywords are for some of these items, and I probably still didn't do a great job, but in any case, if you've been hanging out on my channel for a while, you've seen my recent what sold videos, so you already know that I've managed to sell a whole bunch of these items. So going back 2 months later and looking at this footage, I definitely still feel my pain, but I also know that I've made some of my money back that I initially invested in all of these clothes. So at least there is that consolation here. So here I'm actually packing up this baby Merlin magic sleep suit that I sold. That was the first item that sold out of all my baby items, and I kind of expected that because desperate parents just want their kids to sleep, and that magic sleep suit did not work for us. I had a few friends comment on a previous what sold video telling me that it saved them for a certain period of time, so you just never know, and that's the beauty of reselling and donating, but also passing on your kids' items to others. They're so pricey and so expensive, and especially when you're trying out different solutions for your child to sleep better, like different sleep sacks and swaddles and all that stuff, then it's really nice to not have to purchase all of that new at retail prices. Okay, quick status update. So these are all the clothes I'm planning on listing. So, So, these boxes and all of these bags. And they're pre-sorted in the way that I want to lot them up. So, that's going to be a ton of fun. But I wanted to show y'all something real quick. Check out the Coogee little kids set. I mean, isn't this so adorable? I remember when my son wore this, I did thrift this, and I remember thinking like, oh my god, my son is wearing Coogee. How ridiculous, because we're not really a brand name type of family. Like, our kid just wore Oshkosh and Carter's, but I picked this up at a consignment sale, which is where I got most of my kids' stuff. Oh yeah, it doesn't have anything on the back, but this is very seasonal, so I'm definitely gonna list this separately, or these two together, I should say. So the jacket and this as a set. I don't think it goes for much, in case you're wondering. Kids Coogee does not sell for much, but I can probably make my money back. I have no idea what I paid for it. Not much, I can tell you that much. Sorry for the squeaky floors, but this has taken over my office. And tomorrow morning I'm gonna have to look for inventory in all of these bins to ship out. So yay, we're clearly very smart about our life choices right now. Okay, you guys, so let's talk a few numbers, and I'm gonna show you over here a few of the items that I've already sold. Full disclosure, I made a mistake and I deleted some of my Facebook Marketplace listings once they had sold, because I'm a dummy and I forgot I'm making this video. So I cannot necessarily show you the actual picture of the Marketplace ad, but I will try to insert pictures of what the item looks like. Maybe it's a stock photo, that sort of thing. So let's start with that. On Facebook Marketplace, I sold a baby gate / play yard. I will add that here. It's like a hexagon shape. We called it baby jail. It's a way to keep your child or your pet contained when they start walking, but you don't want them to get into everything. I think they retail for around $80. I could be wrong, but I sold it for $20. It sold super fast. I had somebody message me within half an hour of listing it, so I probably could have gotten more for it. But in any case, that sold super fast and it took up so much space, so I'm glad that is gone. I also sold a high chair from IKEA. I'll insert that here. I hadn't even listed that yet, but then somebody asked in a local mom group if anyone was selling that particular high chair from IKEA because she couldn't get it delivered to her, and I said, yes, I am. So I sold that for $10. I think it only retails for like 20 plus that cushiony insert that I had for it. Maybe I paid $30 for it total. I sold it for 10, so that was totally fine. I also sold a stroller. I'll insert that picture here. It was one of 2 strollers that we had for our kiddo. I sold another one earlier this year for, I want to say, $20. This one I sold for $30 because it was a bit more substantial. It's a jogging stroller and it held up really well for us, and I sold that for $30. I also sold this pack and play. It had a whole bunch of attachments and things that went with it. So if I only have the stock photo of the pack and play here, imagine there's more stuff to it. There are like inserts and attachments for diaper changes and all of that. It had all of the belts and whistles, and we actually bought that pre-owned when we had our child, and I think back then we paid like $40 for it. I sold it for $20. I probably could have gotten more, but I thought that was fair. We got so much use out of it and it's just been collecting dust, and that also sold super fast to somebody who messaged me within half an hour of me posting it. And then I also sold some clothing that for some reason I listed on Marketplace and not on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, wherever. And that was a ski suit. It wasn't really a set. It was bibs plus a jacket that kind of went with it, but wasn't really supposed to go with it. I sold those 2 items for 10 bucks. So on Facebook Marketplace, I made about 90 bucks of all of these items. Because they all sold locally, I didn't really have to pay any fees because people just paid me in cash. So that was great. And then I sold a whole bunch of kids stuff. I only sold, I want to say 1 bundle or maybe 2. I think I sold 2 things on Mercari. I think one was a set of sweaters. I'll insert that picture here. And the other item was a pumping bra. So that came out to around $33 before fees and shipping and all that. On eBay, I think I also only sold like 2 or 3 items, and that came out to $41. I'll put some pictures here. Again, that's before fees and shipping. Actually, no, that's before fees, but after shipping. And on Poshmark, I sold by far the most kids items so far, and they came out to $178 before fees and shipping discounts. So after fees on all these platforms, I made around $200. That's give or take because I just deducted 20% flat for all of that. Ironically, I haven't sold any of my own kids' items on Kidizen. So I was keeping Kidizen around because I knew I was going to do this and I wanted to list my items there, but nobody wanted them. And so as you saw, I lotted all of them up. They're not super exciting brands. But I figured this is a good deal for somebody who just needs a bunch of clothes for their kid. When I first had my son, what I did was I went on eBay and I was looking for bundles and lots of baby boy or gender neutral clothing, put in the age range, and I bought like 20 pieces for 20 bucks, that sort of thing. And I figured I would do sort of the same thing now. So it worked out, but it worked out on Posh, which is so weird. Anyway, I'm glad these items sold. So I still have a ton of kids clothing listed on Poshmark from my own child. I will put a screen recording over here so you can see what I still have. As you can see, the pictures are not the greatest. I really just took pictures of the items all laying flat. I didn't take too many close-up shots. For the description, I put the same description on everything. It says something like, all items are in excellent to good condition. Some items may have minor discolorations, but no actual stains. I made sure to look that over. If there were any flaws with it, I would note that, but for most of them, I just said they're all in the same size range. Some items may be labeled a larger size or smaller size, but they fit the same. Because let me tell you, kids' clothing are just as bad as adult clothes. They're labeled one size and they fit completely differently. So in any case, I bundled based on the age range when items fit my son. So sometimes you have a 6-month shirt in a 12-month bundle, but it fits the same. I put all of that in the description and I just copied and pasted that description. I had a text replacement shortcut because I did not want to write descriptions individually for all of these items. Not what I usually do on Poshmark or any of my platforms, but you saw the mountain of clothing I had, right? I just wanted to get this up and get it done. So at this point, I made about 290 bucks off of selling just those items that I showed you. There are a whole bunch of items that are not yet listed. I have baby gates, I have a baby kitchen, I have a swing, I have a sit-me-up, I have a jumperoo, I have blocks, I have a diaper bag, I have 2 Lilla Baby carriers, which I really need to list because those are money. I have a seat cover, and I have a whole box full of feeding and pumping supplies, including a really good breast pump that I paid for myself that I did not get through insurance. The one I got through insurance I will donate most likely. And breast pumps are tricky because you cannot list them on Facebook Marketplace. In fact, Facebook Marketplace took down my cloth diaper listing, which I'm kind of salty about, so I need to figure out how to sell those because I have a whole big box of cloth diapers too, which was another way in which we decided to save money once we had a child because I was not going to pay for diapers. That would just go into a landfill. Literally. Like, there's no other use. They cannot be recycled. So if you're thinking about cloth diapering and you have questions, let me know. Anyway, those are also money. I mean, cloth diapers are not cheap, but you buy them once and then you can technically use them until they fall apart. So if you treat them right. I still need to sell those. I'm hoping to get over $100 for all of those. I'm hoping to get around $100 for my baby carriers. I don't know how much I'm hoping to get for all of this other stuff. Let's say $150, give or take. So I will keep you guys posted if you're interested on what is selling. And of course, you can also follow along with my What Sold videos. Anything that's selling on Poshmark, eBay, or Mercari, or Kitizen, if I keep her around, will always be in my weekly What Sold videos. And I will link those up here. Okay, you guys, that's where we're at with the kid stuff. Now, why am I telling you all this? Why am I making a video about this? Well, I thought it might be interesting to see how much kids clothing can go for. And I realize it's not a lot, but if you have it sitting around, or if somebody offers you kids clothing for free to resell online, bundle that up and list it. I mean, it's work, but it might be worth it, and people are looking for this stuff. If you have good individual items like that baby Merlin sleep suit that I sold, those can make a good chunk of money individually. So just think about it. And maybe also when you're digging through the bins and you find a whole bag of baby clothes and they're in good shape, just pick them up, lot them up, and sell them. There's money to be made in everything. Am I going to be a primarily kids clothing reseller? No, absolutely not, because just photographing my own kids clothing was driving me nuts. Am I glad that I have some reselling knowledge to actually get some money out of these items? Absolutely. Am I still going to give stuff away? Also, yes. I just packed up a whole big bag of 3T clothing that was still in our house, that wasn't even in a storage unit yet, and I just gave it away. I posted it on a local Buy Nothing group, and somebody picked it up the same day. And it's out of my house, and somebody is really happy about it, hopefully. So, I don't know what the moral of the story is here, other than when you have kids, you need to be frugal, but you can also sell their stuff. Now, will I go through my kids' toys and try to sell all of those? I probably should, but I'm not sure I'm ready for that battle. So, on that note, thank you so much for hanging out, you guys. I know this was a little bit different from my usual content, but maybe that's something that interests you. And I'm trying to do something other than haul videos and What Sold videos every once in a while. So let me know in the comments down below if this was fun and interesting to you, or if you absolutely hated this and do not care about kids stuff at all, but somehow watched up until this point. Then leave me a comment too, and then I know. I will see you soon for most likely another What Sold video. Have a good day, be nice to your kids, and hopefully they're gonna be nice to you too. Bye.